In previous class, we discussed which topic?
Chlorophyll.
Digestive system. Digestive system in human beings. So, in digestive system, what are the parts? What are the parts in human digestive system? Human digestive system start from mouth to anus. So this is a one type of food pipe, alimentary canal. So in this system, the main parts are mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and anus. So these are the important parts, performs different functions with the help of enzymes. So enzymes released by glands. These glands are present in different parts. For example, some glands present in mouth, some are in stomach and small intestine, and some major glands like pancreas and liver also helpful to release enzymes. With the help of these enzymes, our food is digested. So now we discussed in each part, and in this part which type of enzyme released, which type of nutrients digested. So that explained in detail. So once again, human digestive system is very complex in nature. Different parts are involved and perform different functions by using various digestive juices and enzymes. The alimentary canal is a basically long tube-like structure. It is extending from mouth to the anus. In mouth, food is entered through mouth. So this is ingestion. The food is entered in mouth is called ingestion. In mouth, food is cut and crushed by our teeth in the mouth and mixed with saliva to make it wet and slippery, called as mastication. So the mastication process takes place in mouth. In this process, first food is cut and crushed by the help of teeth, and saliva is added to the food to make it wet and slippery. So in this mouth, saliva is released. Which glands released saliva? Salivary glands. So in our mouth, 3 pairs of salivary glands are present. These glands release saliva. In the saliva, the enzyme is amylase or ptyalin. Important. Saliva, which enzyme is present in saliva? Amylase or ptyalin. This enzyme act on carbohydrates. These carbohydrates are complex molecules. These are digested into simple molecules like maltose sugars. So in mouth, ptyalin or amylase enzyme is released. This enzyme acts on carbohydrates. So saliva mainly contain an enzyme amylase, which helps in the breakdown of complex carbohydrates to simple molecules. So anywhere the breakdown of food materials into simple molecules with the help of digestive enzymes, this process is called digestion. So the process of breaking down of complex substances into simple substances with the help of enzymes and absorbed into the body is called digestion. So the one more part in our mouth, tongue. So this is help to taste, and this tongue helps mixing the food and push it into the next part. What is the next part? Esophagus. So the food enter into the next part like esophagus. So esophagus is a long tube-like structure. So here food passed from mouth to stomach. So this is the esophagus structure. Here we observe the food passes from mouth to stomach. So in this process, the soft food mixed with saliva passes through esophagus or food pipe by wave-like movements are called peristaltic movements into the stomach. So here the esophagus, the food is, so after a small digestion takes place in mouth, so the digestion of food is called bolus. Important. In mouth, the digestion completed, food is called bolus. Bolus enter into the esophagus. This bolus wave-like movements through stomach. So these movements are helpful moving of food from mouth to stomach with the help of esophagus. So at the stomach, food get churned with gastric juice and HCl. Next, so here also seen the peristaltic movements. So in entire food canal, the food moves with peristaltic movements. Mouth to stomach, the food moved peristaltic movements. Stomach, esophagus to stomach, food moved peristaltic movement. Stomach to small intestine, food moved peristaltic movement. Small intestine to large intestine, food moved peristaltic movements. So in the stomach, food gets churned with the help of gastric juice and HCl. The digestion of food goes on as most proteins are break down into the smaller molecules with the help of enzyme or pepsin. So here the gastric glands are present in the walls of stomach. These gastric glands release enzyme called pepsin. So in the stomach, pepsin act on proteins. So each enzyme act as only one type of nutrients like carbohydrates, proteins, fats. ఒకదాని మీద pepsin is released in stomach. Pepsin act on proteins. These proteins are complex molecules. These are changed into simple molecules, peptones. Next, after stomach, food in the form of soft, slimy substance. Here, some proteins and carbohydrates have already been broken down. Now, the food is called chyme. Student. So, after completion of digestion in mouth, the food is called bolus. Here, only carbohydrate digestion takes place. Next part, stomach. In the food, proteins are digested. So here already carbohydrates are digested. Now proteins are digested. That time the food is soft and slimy substance. The name of the food is called chyme. So after completion of digestion in mouth, food is called bolus. After completion of digestion in stomach, the food is called chyme. In mouth, the enzyme is amylase, act on carbohydrates. In stomach, the enzyme is pepsin, act on proteins. So next part, now the food material passes from the stomach to the small intestine. Here the ring muscles called pyloric sphincter. Pyloric sphincter. So here observe a pyloric sphincter from stomach to small intestine. This pyloric sphincter relax to open the passage into the small intestine. The small intestine is the longest part of alimentary canal. So in these parts, esophagus, stomach, large intestine, when compared to the small intestine part is very long tube-like structure. So it receives the secretions of liver and pancreas. The juices enter into the small intestine. So the most important glands are liver and pancreas. So these glands release enzymes. These are enter into the small intestine. So we see that so here we observe liver and pancreas. So these are the important glands for digestion. So this liver released enzyme, not enzyme, the juice called bile juice. Liver is an important digestive gland. It releases juice called bile juice. So in this bile juice, there is no enzymes. So this juice help for digestion of fats. The fat molecules are changed into smaller molecules. So this process is called emulsification. So this process helpful to next easy digestion of fats. So in our digestive glands, which juice have no enzymes is called bile juice. So saliva is one type of juice, gastric is one type of juice, small intestinal juice, and pancreatic juice. These are all juices have enzymes, but only the liver secreted juice is called bile juice. In this bile juice, there is no enzymes. So this juice helpful digestion of fats. So these fats are digested by converting them into small globule-like forms by the help of bile juice secreted from liver. This process is called emulsification. So this emulsification process helpful to next part in small intestine for easy digestion of fats. So the another gland, pancreas. So this pancreas releases pancreatic juice. This juice contains enzymes, amylase, trypsin, amylase and trypsin. Trypsin act on proteins, digest into simple molecules. Amylase act on carbohydrates and digest into the simple molecule. So pancreatic juice contains three enzymes: amylase, trypsin, and lipase. So we have already here amylase act on carbohydrates, trypsin act on proteins, and lipase act on fats digestion. So then the walls of the small intestine secrete intestinal juice. This is called succus entericus for further digestion of proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. So the remaining complete digestion takes place with the help of intestinal juice. So this is also called succus entericus. So this juices contain so many enzymes, amylase, lipase, sucrase, galactase. These are all helpful digestion of the remaining food materials. So now the complete digestion takes place in small intestine. The digested nutrients absorbed into the blood through the walls of small intestine with the help of a finger-like projections called villus. So here the absorption, this process is called absorption. So absorption takes place in small intestine. So transport of the products of digestive from the intestine into blood is called absorption. So internally, the intestinal walls as a number of finger-like projections called villi. The villi increase the surface area for absorption. So in this villus, blood vessels, lymph vessels are present with a network of villus. So products of digestive system are absorbed first into the villi and then blood capillaries and then lymph vessels and finally enter into the blood. So this process is called absorption. Student, third stage. First in mouth, ingestion. In small intestine, stomach, digestion. So the process absorption takes place small intestine. So the remaining undigested food enter into the large intestine. In small intestine, the more water is absorbed also. The undigested food is made into semi-solid condition. This is a fecal matter. It enter into the large intestine. So this after maximum absorption of food in the small intestine, the rest passes into the large intestine. Here most of the water present is taken up from this material. Then this material is then expelled through the anus with the last part of the alimentary canal. So the passage of undigested material from the body through anus is called defecation. So after completion of digestion, the remaining waste material released into the outside through anus. This process is called defecation. So in human being, the digestion takes place 4 steps: ingestion, digestion, absorption, and defecation. Simple ingestion means the food enter into the mouth. Digestion, the food takes place digestion in stomach, small intestine. In small intestine, after digestion, the food absorbed into the blood. So this is absorption. After absorption, undigested food material passed into the outside. This is defecation. So these are the 4 steps. So 4 steps. These 4 steps takes place with the help of enzymes. So the pathway of pi first. The flow chart, we see the flow chart of digestive system: food, mouth, buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, pyloric stomach, cardiac stomach, and small intestine, duodenum, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, anus. So here we see the 2 glands. Bile is secreted from liver, pancreas secreted pancreatic juice. These are enter into the first part of the small intestine. Next, so here see the enzyme chart. So name of the gland, secretion, site of action, enzyme, food axon, and end products. So ఒక్కొక్క ప్లేస్ లో ఒక్కొక్క గ్లాండ్స్ రిలీజ్ అయ్యేది ఒకటి. For example, salivary glands. The juice is called saliva, where it released buccal cavity. Which enzyme are present? Amylase. So this enzyme, which type of food acts on? Starch. That means carbohydrates. So it change into maltose. So these are the enzyme timetable. Gastric glands. It contains gastric juice, HCl, This gastric juice contain enzyme pepsin, act on proteins, and liver. The juice is called bile juice. It released into the duodenum, first part of the small intestine. This is acts on fats. Pancreatic juice released amylase, lipase, trypsin, and intestinal glands releases intestinal juices. This juice contains so many enzymes: eripsin, maltase, sucrase, lactase, lipase. These are all enzymes are helpful to complete digestion in small intestine. So these are very important enzymes involved in digestion process. So you all members have smooth digestion, healthy digestion. We follow some precautions. So what are the precautions to be followed? We keep healthy digestion. So having a simple food, well balanced meals, eating them in leisurely manner, thoroughly masticating the food, avoid taking violent exercise soon after eating food, drinking of plenty water, and having regular bowel movements, intake of fiber-rich food in your diet to avoid constipation. So it is a daily application type of question. So what precautions to follow after studying of digestive system in human beings? We keep our digestion is healthy. So some precautions, these are very important to perform healthy digestive system. So once again, having simple and balanced diet meals, eating them in a leisurely manner, thoroughly masticating the food. So mastication means cut and crushed. అంటే మనం ఆహారాన్ని తీసుకునేటప్పుడు బాగా నమిలి తినాలి ఫస్ట్. అప్పుడు అక్కడ ద ఫుడ్ ఈస్ చేంజ్డ్ ఇంటూ సింపుల్ వన్స్, దెన్ డైజెషన్ టేక్స్ ప్లేస్ ఇన్ ఈజీ ప్రాసెస్. అట్లా కాకుండా మనము తొందరగా నమిలేసినామంటే కొంచెం కష్టం అయిపోతుంది, హార్డ్గా ఉంటుంది. సో థరోలీ మాస్టికేటింగ్ ద ఫుడ్. సో avoid taking violent exercise soon after eating food, drinking plenty of water. So it is very important. So the digestion takes place with the help of juices and water. So intake of fiber rich food to avoid constipation. So these are the important precautions to keep our healthy digestion. So nowadays so many persons have digestive problems, indigestion, stomach pains, gastric problems. So these are problems రావడానికి కూడా కొన్ని కారణాలు ఉన్నాయి. Nowadays all peoples are very busy and tensioned up. Due to these reasons they have indigestion problems. టయానికి తినకపోవడము, టెన్షన్ పడడము, ఎక్కువ ఫ్యాట్ కంటెంట్ ఉండే ఫుడ్ తీసుకోవడము. సో ఇలాంటి సో మెనీ రీజన్స్ ఆర్ రీజన్స్ ఫర్ indigestion. So some are important reasons: stomach and duodenal ulcers, people who may have hurried and worried, without sufficient rest, continuously tensioned up, so who live at slower paces, overeating, continuously eating, overeating, and food contain a high percentage of fat type of food materials. So this is some reasons to indigestion. So anyway, our digestive system performs good, and our digestive system parts are healthy to keep precautions and take balanced diet. Balanced diet. Balanced diet means the food contain all nutrients like carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals, and proteins, minerals, vitamins, all nutrients are in your diet. That is balanced diet. So this balanced diet is helpful to keep healthy. So many people have no balanced diet. So these are so many reasons. అందరికీ అన్ని రకాల ఫుడ్ ఉండేటట్టు తీసుకోవాలంటే కష్టం కదా. కొంతమంది చాలా మంది పేదవాళ్ళు ఉంటారు, వాళ్ళకి అందరికీ అవైలబిలిటీ కాదు. సో ఇలా వాళ్ళు ఏదంటే అది టయానికి తినేయడం వల్ల, సో డ్యూ టు డెఫిషియన్సీ ఆఫ్ nutrients we have some diseases. So these diseases are called malnutrition. So malnutrition means our food contain one or more than one nutrient. Our food does not contain one or more than one nutrients. సో మనం తీసుకునే ఫుడ్లో ప్రతిదీ అవసరమే. అందుకే మనకి ప్రభుత్వాలు కూడా ఈ పొద్దున్నే వీళ్ళకి టిఫిన్ పెట్టాలి, పాలు, గుడ్లు, తర్వాత వెజిటబుల్స్, కర్రీస్ అవన్నీ చేసేది డైట్లో. ఎందుకంటే ఆల్ న్యూట్రియంట్స్ ఆర్ హెల్ప్ఫుల్ టు అవర్ హెల్త్. So the deficiency of some nutrients we have diseases. So this type of diseases are malnutritional diseases. Malnutritional diseases అంటే మనం తీసుకునే ఫుడ్లో న్యూట్రియంట్స్ లేకపోయినా కూడా మనకు కొన్ని డిసీజెస్. అందుకే మనం తినేటప్పుడు ఇంట్లో ఇది వద్దు అది వద్దు అని చెప్పకూడదు, ప్రతిదీ తీసుకోవాలి. ఎందుకంటే ప్రతి దాంట్లో మనకు ఆ బాడీకి అవసరమైన న్యూట్రియంట్స్ అనేవి ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి. సో the eating of food that does not have one or more than one nutrient in required amount is known as malnutrition. So what are the reasons of malnutrition? Poor health, willful starvation. It means ఉపవాసాలు అన్నమాట. కొంతమంది కావాల్సి ఉండగానే ఉపవాసాలు ఉంటారు, అది కూడా తప్పే. ఎందుకంటే మన బాడీ వర్క్ చేసుకోవడానికి సెల్స్కి ఎనర్జీ కావాలి. మన ఇష్ట ప్రకారం ఉంటే అవన్నీ వర్కింగ్ ఉండాలి కదా. సో విల్ఫుల్ స్టార్వేషన్, ల్యాక్ ఆఫ్ అవేర్నెస్. సమ్ పీపుల్స్ హ్యావ్ నో దిస్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ న్యూట్రియంట్స్. దాంట్లో కార్బోహైడ్రేట్ ఉంది, ఆ ప్రోటీన్ ఉన్నాయా, విటమిన్స్ ఉన్నాయని ఎవరికి తెలియదు, వాళ్ళకి ఎదురితే తినేస్తా అంటారు. సో ల్యాక్ ఆఫ్ అవేర్నెస్ ఆఫ్ న్యూట్రిషనల్ హ్యాబిటాట్స్ అండ్ సోషియో ఎకనామిక్ ఫ్యాక్టర్స్ all the reasons for malnutrition. So this type of malnutrition again divided into three types, majorly three types: calorie malnutrition, protein malnutrition, protein calorie malnutrition. So it means calorie malnutrition means, malnutrition ante that does not have one or more than one nutrient. Here calorie. So which nutrients give energy? Carbohydrates. So carbohydrates give energy. So the energy formula, energy units is called calories. So here calorie malnutrition means here carbohydrates are absent. Carbohydrates are absent. So carbohydrates gives energy. Energy units are called calories. So calorie malnutrition means in this type of malnutrition, carbohydrates are absent. Protein malnutrition, same. What type of nutrients are absent? Proteins are absent in your diet. Protein calorie malnutrition. So here in your diet, proteins absent, carbohydrates are absent. So we have calorie malnutrition. We have some diseases, carbohydrate related diseases, protein deficiency diseases, protein carbohydrate deficiency diseases. సో అందుకే ఇప్పుడు పిల్లల్లో ఎక్కువ మంది ప్రోటీన్, క్యాలరీస్ తీసుకోకపోవడం వల్ల పిల్లలకి చాలా రోగాలు వచ్చి వాళ్ళకు డెవలప్మెంట్ అనేది లేకుండా పోతుంది, ఫిజికల్గా మెంటల్గా. అని వాళ్ళకి మంచి డైట్ని సప్లై చేయాలని ప్రభుత్వాలు కూడా చాలా పథకాలు పెట్టి ఉన్నాయి. ఈ ఆశా వర్కర్లు, అంగన్వాడీ వర్కర్లు చిన్నపిల్లప్పుడే అనమాట న్యూట్రిషన్, వి సప్లై న్యూట్రిషన్ ఫుడ్స్ అనమాట. దెన్ మాల్ న్యూట్రిషన్ టైప్స్ the examples of some diseases. Some we show some diseases. Calorie malnutrition diseases means marasmus. Protein malnutrition diseases, example, kwashiorkor. So I show kwashiorkor diseases and marasmus diseases. Kwashiorkor kindi 12. So this is a kwashiorkor disease. So this is due to deficiency of calorie malnutrition. అంటే వీళ్ళు తీసుకునే ఫుడ్ లో protein malnutrition. So in your diet proteins are absent. So this type of disease is called kwashiorkor. Kwashiorkor is due to deficiency of proteins. So what are the symptoms of this diseases? Kwashiorkor symptoms. So this is due to protein deficiency in your diet. Body parts become swollen due to accumulation of water in the intercellular spaces. Very pure muscle development, swollen legs, fluffy face, difficult to eat, diarrhea, dry skin are the symptoms of kwashiorkor. So it is very important. Kwashiorkor disease due to deficiency of proteins. That means protein malnutrition. Kwashiorkor means protein malnutrition diseases. And symptoms, write some symptoms means very poor muscle development, swollen legs, body parts become swollen due to the accumulation of water, diarrhea, dry skin. So and next another diseases, marasmus. So here also the deficiency of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates and proteins. రెండు లేకపోతే ఇంకా పిల్లల డెవలప్మెంట్ అనేది కాకుండా చాలా ఇబ్బందిగా ఉంటున్నారు మనం. So this marasmus due to deficiency of proteins and carbohydrates. This is important. Kwashiorkor disease due to deficiency of proteins. Marasmus disease due to deficiency of proteins and calories. So this is example for third type, protein calorie malnutrition. Type ki idi oka example ga మనం చెప్పొచ్చు. So what are the symptoms of this disease? So this is due to deficiency of both proteins and calories. Generally this disease occur when there is an immediate second pregnancy or repeated childbirth. So in some people have two pregnancy. So these persons immediately second pregnancy, third pregnancy, the children are not developed. ఆ తల్లి 6 నెలలుగా మళ్ళా ప్రెగ్నెన్సీ అయిపోతే ఇప్పుడు పుట్టిన బిడ్డను చూసుకోలేదు, అట్లనే వదిలేయడము, ఆ బిడ్డను చూసుకోవడం, ఇతనికి ప్రోటీనిషియస్ ఫుడ్, మిల్క్ అవన్నీ తక్కువ కావడం వల్ల ఎనర్జీ లేక ఏం లేక చాలా బలహీనంగా తయారైపోతారు. అందుకనే 3 years అన్న గ్యాప్ అనేది తీసుకోవాలి బిడ్డకి కూడా మనకు ఈ ఆశా వర్కర్లు, హెల్త్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ వాళ్ళు చెప్తాను. So this type of disease commonly seen in our villages immediately second pregnancies. So lean and weak, swelling in joints of limbs, less developed muscles, dry skin, diarrhea are the major symptoms of marasmus. So the child of reduced skin and bones owing to wasting of muscles, the skin becomes shrunken, the eyes become large in size, The ribs of marasmic child look very prominent. Dehydration occurs due to water, diarrhea and vomitings. So ఎక్కువగా వీళ్ళు యూరిన్ కానీ డిహైడ్రేషన్ కానీ తర్వాత డయేరియాస్ కానీ ఎక్కువ పోతానే ఉంటారు. సో to avoid this type of diseases, we take balanced diet. So balanced diet means not balancing. This diet contains all nutrients like carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, minerals and fats, and also some amount of fiber rich food. So this food is helpful to easy digestion and to avoid constipation. So the another important disease is obesity. So ఇందాక మనం చెప్పుకునేటి అన్ని తక్కువైపోయిన డిసీజెస్ కానీ కొంతమందికి ఎక్కువైపోయి కూడా డిసీజెస్ వస్తాయి. ఒబేసిటీ. సో ఒబేసిటీ డ్యూ టు డెఫిషియన్సీ కాదు, ఇంటేక్ ఆఫ్ ఓవర్ ఈటింగ్, ఇంటేక్ ఆఫ్ ఓవర్ ఫుడ్. మీరు కూడా ఇప్పుడు లాక్డౌన్ లో బాగా ఇళ్లలో ఉండేసినట్టున్నారు, బాగా లావ్ అయిపోతా ఉంటారు నాకు తెలిసి. సో అది కూడా ఒక డిసీజెస్. సో వీ హ్యావ్ సో మెనీ హార్ట్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్, యూరినరీ బ్లాడర్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్, కిడ్నీ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ కూడా వస్తాయి మనకు. హై వెయిట్ కూడా మంచిది కాదన్నమాట. ఇంతకుముందు చెప్పుకునేటి డెఫిషియన్సీ డిసీజెస్. సో ఇది ఎక్కువ తినడం వల్ల వచ్చే డిసీజ్ ఒబేసిటీ. So this due to overeating and excess of calories intake. So it is a very big health hazard. So obese children when grow, they will be target of so many diseases. అంటే మనం బాగా లావ్ అయిపోతా ఉన్నాం అంటే మనకు డిసీజెస్ ని వెంట పెట్టుకునేట్టే టార్గెట్ అంట. సో so many diseases of entry into our body. These are very harmful and it is not cure simple. These are diseases not cure simply. It takes long time. So this type of diseases are chronic disease, acute disease అని మన 8th class లో చదువుకుంది. అంత సులభంగా పోయి chronic diseases. So this obesity due to so many diseases like diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, lungs diseases, gallbladder diseases, digestion problem diseases, and blood vessels, high fat content in accumulate in our blood vessels. So the blood vessels slowly day by day, the lumen, the width of blood vessels is slowly closed. Then the blood pressure is high. అంటే మన పైపు విడ్త్ తగ్గే కొద్దీ ప్రెజర్ ఎక్కువ అవుతా ఉంటుంది, అది దాని సైజు పెరిగే కొద్దీ ప్రెజర్ తగ్గిపోతా ఉంటుంది. సో మన అట్లా ఫ్యాట్ అంతా తీసుకోవడం వల్ల ఆ బ్లడ్ వెజిల్స్ ల్యూమెన్ ఈజ్ డిక్రీజెస్ అండ్ బ్లడ్ ఫ్లోస్ ఇన్ హై ప్రెజర్. దిస్ ఈజ్ హార్మ్ఫుల్ టు అవర్ హెల్త్. సో దీస్ ఆర్ ఆల్ సమ్ న్యూట్రిషనల్ diseases. Last లో ఏముంది, ఎవరు పలకలా ఇంటాం కూడా ఇంటాం అయిపోయిందిలే. ఓకే. సో ఆల్ చిల్డ్రన్స్, ఎనీవన్ రెస్పాండ్ చిల్డ్రన్స్?
సార్
అర్థమైతా ఉందారా, వింటున్నారా?
అర్థమవుతుంది సార్. అర్థమవుతాను సార్. అర్థమవుతాను సార్.
I ask some questions, give answers. Only one person. Salivary glands release which enzyme? How many salivary glands in our mouth?
3.
Very good. Three pairs of salivary glands. These salivary glands secrete saliva. Saliva contain which enzyme? amylase or ptyalin. Protein malnutrition. Give example which diseases? Protein malnutrition.
Kwashiorkor disease.
Very good. Kwashiorkor. So these are very important to 4 marks. So write protein malnutrition disease name and write symptoms. Simple. 4 marks questions is very important. Kwashiorkor, marasmus, and definition of malnutrition. So once again, eating of food does not have one or more than one nutrient in your diet is called malnutrition. And how many stages in our digestion?
4, sir.
4 stages. Ingestion, after
Injection, digestion, absorption, and desiccation.
defecation or egestion and కూడా అనొచ్చు. So these are the 4 stages are complete in our digestion. Then the food is distributed to blood. Then తర్వాత మళ్ళా మనకు నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ లో 1 more class is there to complete this chapter, vitamins and vitamin deficiency diseases. ఎంత మేడం టైం అయిపోయిందా మళ్ళా? సో మీకు ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడగండి. చిల్డ్రన్స్, ఓకేనా చిల్డ్రన్స్? Okay children, we will continue to next class. In this chapter, the last topic, vitamins. Okay.